Exercise 2. Reading. Read about how some foreigners characterize Ukrainians and say with what you agree or disagree. Прочитай, як деякі іноземці характеризують українців, і скажи, з чим ти погоджуєшся і не погоджуєшся. Watching Ukrainians, Mario, Milan, Italy. I asked my Italian relatives who visited Ukraine what they thought about Ukrainians. They said that Ukraine is one of the most populous European countries with a population of 42 million people. They stressed that it is a multicultural country in which different ethnic groups live in peace and harmony with others, but they also consider that Ukrainians have a good sense of humor and can laugh at a good joke. They like the Ukrainian language and find it very melodious, but not so melodious as their Italian language, of course. Stephen, Toronto, Canada. I know that Ukrainians are supposed to be great eaters and to eat large amounts of their traditional food, like борщ, вареники, голубці, галушки, etc. They say that борщ has had a special and important place on the daily menu of the Ukrainian people for generations. When Ukrainians have guests, they usually treat them to борщ, which they serve with pampushkas and garlic. Pamela, Birmingham, England. I've been to Ukraine twice and can say that Ukrainians are very kind and hospitable. They welcome visitors open-heartedly and treat them warmly and generously. I think it is traditional in the country to greet guests with bread and salt and offer them Ukrainian hospitality and friendliness. I think they are as hospitable as any Slavonic nation. Brad, Cardiff, Wales. I call Ukrainians a singing nation because nearly everyone in Ukraine sings or plays a musical instrument. They are emotional and really enjoy music, and many of them like to perform in a folk dance group or in a choir. Some folk dance groups are very renowned and popular far and wide. Welsh people are also fond of singing. Suffice to say, our annual singing festival Eisteddfod, but I believe we are not as enthusiastic as Ukrainians. Anne Lou, Missouri, USA. I find Ukrainians very hardworking. They seem to be busy all days, including weekends. It is typical of any season. My friend has a dacha near Kiev, and when the snow only begins to melt in spring, she is already there doing some physical labor. And she is not alone. Many retired people in Ukraine think it to be a good hobby. We Americans are also hardworking and competitive. Bernardine and Kenneth, Perth, Australia. We were pleasantly surprised to see how Ukrainians teach their youth to keep the traditions of their families. They create special groups in which they learn different amazing things like embroidering, knitting, painting, things like that. We also joined a group where children were taught how to paint on an egg with melted beeswax. The elderly lady explained that the patterns that pisankas are decorated with contain encoded wishes for happiness, a rich harvest, health and weather. The children created real works of art. They are as creative as adults. It deserves appreciation indeed. Now, across cultures, Great Britain, Eisteddfod, a yearly meeting in Wales in which competitions are held for Welsh poets, singers, and musicians. It's a great honor to win a prize or a title at an Eisteddfod. Читаємо, перекладаємо ці речення, записуємо незнайомі слова з транскрипцією і перекладом і готуємося завтра на онлайн-уроці гарно читати і перекладати. І письмова ваша частинка. Language track. Phonetics in context. From the text, reproduce 10 words in which EA and double E are pronounced as E. Із тексту випишіть, тут написано відтворіть, а ви випишіть 10 слів, в яких буквосполучення EA або дві літери E, double E промовляються як довгий звук E. Можете в два стовпчики виписати. Перший там, де EA буквосполучення, другий там, де дві літери E. Eaters. І зверніть увагу в зразку. Ukrainians are supposed to be heavy eaters. Ось у вас два слова поряд. Heavy. EA там дає звук E. Eaters – довгий звук. Ось чому я прошу завжди писати транскрипцію, тренувати правильне промовляння. Однакові буквосполучення, а читаються по-різному. I think not only Ukrainians are heavy eaters, it's typical of all Slav nations, I believe. Українці вважається, що українці багато їдять. Починаємо переклад з виразу are supposed, вважається, якщо ви бачите, а потім на перше слово, що українці багато їдять. Я гадаю, не тільки українці багато їдять, це типово для слав'янських народів, я вважаю. І фото зошита до словничка приєднуєте.